change, you need to make sure you feed the change so that you can stay within your change, because this is your new lifestyle. You may experience some setbacks, but that's all right. The important thing is that you keep tracking your goals and the changes you're implementing in your life. Now we look at the purpose, the journey, and change. You are pivoting in your new normal. Your experience of personal freedom is now beginning, which also creates a new responsibility, a new skill set of practical wisdom. A lot of people don't think about wisdom as a skill set, but it is, because you got to go through some things to get through wisdom. You got to get to some things to get to wisdom. It does not happen overnight. You weren't born with automatic wisdom. It's all about what you go through in life. The trials, your tribulations, your journey, the roads you travel, all those things. All this together has become your new moral responsibility, and you have to pivot to it. You have to rise now to your moral character, which now defines you, a new way of being. And this is part of that constant change. It's called becoming. That's why I'm putting becoming in here, because you're coming into who you are. You're on your journey. You're on this road. I hope I'm making it make sense to you. I hope I do. Okay? Because that's one of the most worst things in the world, for someone to feel lost and someone to say, I don't know what to do. I'm so upset. I'm going through this. Well, okay, this is either this or that. Which one do you want? Is either this or that. And if you don't deal with this, it's going to keep coming back up again, and you're going to stay upset. So wouldn't you rather just deal with it and get it over with? That sounds like change to me. Okay. If you're feeling overwhelmed by hearing about these stages of change, I can understand it, okay? It is a work in progress. And we as human beings, we are a work in progress, because we're constantly in the change of change. And I want you to start recognizing that every day is change. All human beings, no matter how much the change or how small the change, life is a journey. And we're ever evolving in this journey. I refer to change as becoming. And I'm always going to say, what are we becoming? It's your affirmation, your realization, your confirmation, an unspoken, unrecognized commitment until the human side of you kicks in, and the affirmation meets the unbending will, and you are unapologetically you in the best possible way. You're not accepting failure and making excuses. You are in the pursuit of your own belief system, an unbending will in the pursuit of your belief, your new dream, your new goal, your new reality. Everything in life has a process, and we as human beings have always been and always will be a work in progress. It will always be a work in progress. No matter what, will be a work in progress. And you have to decide, is it negative? Is it positive? Is it attainable? You know, I want to do the work. I want to get in here and I want to do the work. And if you want to do the work, it's your life's work. You can never get time back. There's one thing in life that you can never get back, and which is time. Okay, so I always tell people, listen, okay, you were 30 and you're still doing the same thing you were doing when you were 20. Does that make sense to you? Now you're 40. And we had this conversation at 20 and we had it at 30. Now you're 40. Now what are you going to do? Okay, and then the reality of it is like this here. Now, you got to look forward. You got a good 20 years to put your roots down and make something happen before you become a senior citizen, and then it's too late. And that's the reality. And so you keep struggling and coming back to this same place because you haven't moved forward in life, and you haven't evolved, and you haven't grown. You're not growing. And it only takes one person to believe in this. And that one person is the person staring back at you when you look in the mirror. It's you. Change, I admit, it comes slowly. And until one day it catches up to you. And it catches up to your new reality in life that you need to make a change. And so when you keep going, you might just postpone change. But change is going to come one way or another. It's coming. Okay, it could be good or it could be bad. And let's refer to it as you being a bum on the street because you never wanted to grow. You always thought that life was it was a party, but life is not always a party. Sometimes in life you have to get real, and you have to do what adults do. Leave foolish games alone. And sometimes it's what you have to do. And sometimes you have to talk to yourself like that. What the heck is wrong with me? Why am I so stuck? So you move through the process of change. And that's very important. And then you're pivoting. Now, like I said, how you change is totally up to you. You can have positive change or negative change. Which way are you going? Better yet, which way do you want to go? Do you want to sink or you want to swim? You swim, you survive, human will, change leading to pivoting in your new life. Your new normal. So remember, everything has a process, and change is no different. Okay, you're human and you're in the process, okay, of change. And so you have to remember that. And so let's go a little bit deeper and ask ourselves, why do we struggle with this? Okay? And one of the reasons is that there's this quote I want you to listen to. Change is only constant. After all, if change is the only constant, does that mean there's nothing that is consistent? If you're thinking this way, you're on the right track. You're on the right track. Change is always consistently changing. That's why it's called change. Change is omnipresent. Everything and everyone is always changing. We can't keep track of change. It's impossible. You do too many things in a day to keep track of change. If you had a person next to you and they had to track how many things about you changed in a day, it would be a book. What makes us nervous? Because it means we're consistently operating within the unknown. I want to let you in on a secret that you probably already know. Human beings don't like the unknown. None of us do. It's like walking in a dark room and we're scared of the dark and we don't even know what's in the room. That's what change look like, the dark space in the room. In addition to that, here are a few other reasons why we are really struggling with change. Number one, no one likes to take a risk, but the brave people do because it's risky. Let's face it, when we change something up, we don't know what to expect. That's what entrepreneurs do. They make changes, necessary changes. The outcome could either be better than our starting point or worse. That's a risk. Think about people who change their hairstyles all the time. Well, it might not be a big action, but to them it is because they keep changing their hairstyle. They're taking a risk that they may not love their new hairdo. But on the other side, there's a good chance they'll find the perfect look by testing out something different. The risk element can be scary, but we shouldn't view it as an obstacle, just something that we could work on. Because guess what? You change your hair, do this way, you change your hair, do that way, then you'll know how to you'll know about this style, that style, this style, and that's about change. And so the other person turns around and looks like this person is so on it all the time. I mean, they're impeccable. You know, when it comes down to their sense of style and fashion, they're impeccable. And it's because you're always changing up the style because you are impeccable. And that's something when it comes down to your sense of style. Okay, so that's how we change. We pick up a magazine, look in the magazine. Oh, I love this. I think I want to do. It's a thought. It's a seed. And next thing you know, you're changing. And that's even how when people do marketing, that's how thought processes are done with marketing. And people don't even think about that. We have human things that we do as people. We have human reaction to things that we do. We see, we take in. Those are human actions. And then they're humanized. And then they're commercialized. Think about that. Just think about that. Because it's pretty deep when you get to thinking about it. And so the next thing is, what is your purpose? What's the purpose that's going to make you change? It's always something. It's another purposeful quest towards a life pivot. So what is your purpose? If you set out to make change, this is exactly what you'll do. But there's no guarantee that you'll maintain or enjoy it. On the other hand, if you start with a why, and a lot of people talk about that why, your change will have purpose and strategy. And that's why people tell you, what is your why? Which in the long run leads to adherence and commitment. we see it all the time in self-improvement courses. What is your why? Now you have just embarked on a journey of strategic thinking leading to your new gateway of purpose in your life. Ready, set, go. You on the journey. Your quest. You are pivoting just like a planet on its axis. That's what I told you. I want to save that for you. You're just like a planet on its axis. You're evolving. Think about that planet spinning around, and sit there and think about it. Go find you something on YouTube and look at, and I don't care how you find it. Go on your phone and find it. Just look at a planet spinning on its axis. And let's talk about you as a planet. Let's think about you as a planet on its axis, evolving in relation to human beings and change. Listen, when I really got into this, I was really doing some serious thought because it was deep to me. And what I came up with was even deeper when I looked at it. I was like, whoa, okay. An axis is an invisible line which an object rotates or spins. The object can be a tiny particle smaller than a single atom. Each planet in our solar system rotates on its axis. So each planet has a north and a south pole, the point where the axis meets the planet's surface. And when I read this, I said, well, how does that relate to human beings? How do I put this in words? Because I want to share this with the listeners on this podcast, because it's so true in relations to us in evolution as human beings. So this is what I came up with. I hope you like it. Your purpose is the invisible line around you. You are an object. You are continually rotating and spinning in change, a continual change. Each emotion, thought, and action are tiny, small emotions which make up who you are. You are a planet which is continually rotating and changing, rotating and growing, rotating and pivoting. Each planet has a north and a south pole, the point where the axis meets the planet's surface. Each emotion, pre-contemplation, contemplation, the preparation stage, action, maintenance, all of these stages, thoughts and emotions, when they all meet, these are the 5 stages of pivotal positive change. And then you pivot. Get what I'm saying? When all of these, that's when your North Pole and your South Pole, everything within you, all of your mental actions, all of your subconscious thoughts, all of you becoming actionable is your North. And then once you become actionable and come to the point of maintenance, and whatever change is going on in your life, that I like this change and I'm going to do all what I can do to stay within this growth process, that's when you as a human being, when your emotions and being actionable meet the north and the south of who you are. And then next thing you know, you're pivoting, you're spinning, you're evolving because you've done the work. Okay? You've done the work. And that's something I want you to think about. But I'm so into this one today. I need to take a break. We have a new product that I'm particularly proud about that we're bringing out. We're launching it as of today. So that's another reason why I didn't meet with you guys on Monday like I normally do. But next week, we'll see you on Monday. So that's one of the reasons why we've been so excited and had so much going on behind the scenes of getting everything together and bringing it out to the public. So with that being said, we're going to stop for a commercial break. And then when I come back, we're going to talk about some things that will really defeat you and in change, and some things that'll keep you going. So with that being said, let's break for a commercial.
Auspicious Wellness Endo Energy Burn Blend, with CBD, is a formulation for wellness to promote energy and wellness. The active ingredients in this blend are maca root, green tea extract 50% EGCG, taurine, caffeine, Garcinia cambogia, HCA 60%, and CBD hemp extract. This blend contains maca root, which is an ancient cultivated Peruvian edible, this fleshy taproot known for its food and medicinal values. The root, also nicknamed as Peruvian ginseng, recognized as a natural adaptogen and energy booster, implicated to stimulate body metabolic functions and to improve overall wellness and health. Botanically, maca belongs to the Brassicaceae family of vegetables, and closely related to broccoli and turnips. Scientific name, Lepidum mayani walp. Maca is rich in amino acids, phytonutrients, fatty acids, which help to